Hey guys, so today's video is an update on everything happening with Trisha Paytas. I was gonna do this update, well no, that's a lie. Things were happening, but it was just not enough to do a video on. I was like, I'm not gonna stretch this topic to make it last one video when like there's not enough for a video. Like yeah, there's some like vegan stuff and then there's like non-vegan, whatever. Like it just wasn't enough, okay? And then things just happened and now it's too much for a video. Now I'm like panicking, because there's just a lot going on. Okay, so I'm gonna just start from the start. I'm gonna give you guys a little recap of everything that happened, and then I'm gonna get to the most recent thing, which is Trisha Paytas' wedding. I never thought that like weddings would be such a controversial, scandalous, messy thing on the internet, but like, you know, you bring YouTubers together with some kind of a celebration, some kind of a thing, event, and you get messy for some reason. For some reason, you get whatever this is, okay? My social media will be in the description along with my second channel. Anything else you need to find will also be in there. By in there, I mean the description. Also, YouTube is acting up. If you want to like and comment to bring up the engagement, absolutely do that. Comment down below. What do I want you guys to comment? Do a emoji of choice plus what you had for breakfast today. I want to know what you had for breakfast. What did I have for breakfast? Absolutely nothing. I skip breakfast like my life depends on it. I just start work. I wake up in the morning, I start doing things, and then before I notice, it's 3 p.m. I've had 4 coffees and I'm shaking. So like, you know what? Don't do what I do. Let me know what breakfast you had, because I'm running out of breakfast ideas. Anyway, Trisha Paytas. Let's start kind of where I stopped recapping, like from my last recap. Let's just go. Okay, so Trisha Paytas, as far as last video, was very much vegan for moral reasons, like, oh my god, animals don't deserve to die, all of this stuff, right? And then I said that Trish filmed a video saying that if they were not going to lose weight, that they were just going to stop being vegan. Which, like, that completely goes against the whole, like, moral... Because some people go vegan to lose weight, absolutely. Some people think it's like a diet of sorts. And then some people go vegan for lifestyle reasons, aka, like, animals dying, you know? Trish made it sound like they were going vegan for lifestyle ethical reasons. Turns out they were just trying to lose weight, which, like, look, not my business why they go vegan. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy to see people go vegan. But anyway, Trish was like, if I don't lose weight, I'm gonna just stop being vegan. I was like, okay, well, that's not. You literally just went vegan, okay? Give it at least a month or 2 or 3 or a year. Like, at least commit a little bit. But then Trish started making mistakes. Like, they ate like a Snickers bar, and then people were like, babe, there's milk in it, because it's milk chocolate, yeah? Then they had like something with honey in it, like bees, do you know what I mean? Just like, it was a lot of mistakes. And like, I was ready to just move on. I was like, look, people make mistakes all the time. Vegans are not perfect human beings. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You're allowed to make mistakes and still be vegan. But Trish seemed to be going down the path of like, this isn't working, do you know what I mean? And then in a live stream, Trish was just like, oh, I just need to eat these Doritos, and they're not vegan, but like I just need to eat them. And then basically just broke the whole vegan thing, and they're not vegan anymore. That was quick. Look, with everything that, like, sorry, I keep on using this clip and it's really annoying. Why do I just fidget with stuff? With everything that Trish throws themselves into, this probably lasted the shortest amount of time. Like, we had, you know, Trish trying to be Jewish, and then Trish trying to go into Hinduism, and then Trish trying to identify as a nugget, and then DID, and then there were a few things, right? And like, I'm saying all of these and I feel weird and icky talking about it, because I don't actually know what's real and what isn't. Like, does Trish have DID or not? Is Trish, you know, vegan or not? Is Trish now Hindu? Is Trish now Jewish? Like, I don't know. And I don't know what to tell you guys, okay? I don't know. I don't know, because Trish is identified as multiple things during, like, including a nugget. Do you guys remember when that happened? That feels like a fever dream. Like, Trish made a whole video about how they identify as a chicken nugget. So not vegan because of Doritos. I never thought Doritos would break someone quite as much as they broke Trish. So Trish invited a fan to their wedding, and that fan then went off on Trish because of the bunny chair situation. So Trish then unfollowed them. And then that fan still decided to show up at Trish's wedding. And then there was a restraining order situation where, like, the fan said if they get a restraining order, they'll get Trish to sign it as like a little bit of like a memory situation, like merch almost. And then they deleted all their content off their account before I went in and saved all of it. And then they posted this TikTok now coming back saying to not have a restraining order on me is all I want for Christmas. to like an audio that's like popular, unrealistic things I want for Christmas, to not have a restraining order. Some fans, you know, scare me. Some fans just scare me. I think it's like all good and well, you know, fans are what make creators make money and are what make creators have the life that they have, but some fans just scare me. I'm gonna be honest with you, like bragging about having a restraining order and like showing up at someone's wedding uninvited, baffling to me. Anyway, moving on. Then we had a video called He Cheated, and it was about other celebrities, but it was like clickbaiting Moses cheating on Trish. So I don't know if you guys know, right, but CPM in December is sky high. So when YouTubers are like, oh my god, Vlogmas, I'm gonna post every day in December just for you guys, I'm doing it for you, for your benefit. No, CPM's high. Like, I'm not trashing YouTubers for trying to make money, okay? Like, I get it. I respect the grind and the hustle, but that's what it is. CPM is high in December because advertisers are willing to pay more money during December time because Christmas and shopping, you know, stuff like that. So CPM sky high, and Trish tends to troll right around December time. Every year we get something, you know, identifying as a chicken nugget, whatever scandal around December time, because that's when CPM is really high, and Trish's views have been very low. To be fair, everyone's views have been really low. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like, you go in your sub box, everyone's views are just extremely low. So like, anything you can do to get your views higher, you know, you're gonna do. Not anything. That's pushing it a little bit. But Trish is doing this whole thing with clickbait now. Clickbaiting Moses cheating, and then talking about other celebrities cheating. People were like, oh my god, is he cheating right before their wedding? No, he's not. Then we have disagreement about her going on people's podcasts and not making money. So during a live stream, Trish mentioned how if they could, they would just keep on going and guest starring on other people's podcasts because they enjoy doing that. They enjoy being interviewed and like just going on other people's shows. And Moses said, yeah, like it's really fun, but at the end of the day, you still have to like do your own thing because obviously you're not making money from being on other people's podcasts. So like if you want to live, you have to make your own content, which means that you can't go on other people's podcasts every day, even though that would be like the fun thing to do. Which is like a very reasonable statement to make. Like, of course, you're not just going to keep on going on other people's shows because you have to make money, you know? And then Trish just went off on Moses. Trish was like, not everything's about money. I'm not money hungry. That's not what Moses said. Let's not attack Moses, yeah? Talking about making money, though, from stuff. How can I segue into this? I'm just trying to segue, okay? I'm just trying to do a little right to the point. Talking about money. Today's video is very kindly sponsored by Adam and Eve. Was that smooth enough? I don't know. Anyway, if you guys want 50% off one item of free shipping to the US and Canada, some exclusions apply. Use code Angelika at checkout when you go on adamandeve.com. Adam and Eve have been in business for over 50 years. They have 24/7 customer service. 20% of all profits go to fighting HIV around the world. 90-day no hassle returns. Discreet packaging. So like I said, if you guys want 50% off one item of free shipping to the US and Canada, use code Angelika at checkout when you go on adamandeve.com. Let's get back into Trisha Paytas now, okay? Then we have a video called I Can't Do This Anymore. It's about wedding stress, so basically just like stressing about preparation for the wedding. And now there's some drama with preparation for the wedding because Trish started showing the stuff that they're preparing for the wedding, aka a black wedding dress, which is, you know, not as traditional as a white or light colored wedding dress, and then kind of like a winter wonderland kind of a vibe aesthetic. And obviously that is very similar to Christine Quinn's wedding from Selling Sunset. It was a snow situation with a black wedding dress, and people are saying like, oh, this seems a little bit like you've been inspired. And then, you know, Trish is like denying it, but it looks similar. You know, it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal that they took inspiration from Christine Quinn. It's like the kind of like skirting around the topic. That's a bit weird. Then Trish renamed one of their channels to Hare Trishna, which people thought was just like what are we doing here? You know? Like, what are we doing here? Is it a joke? Is it all like a big joke to Trish? I don't know. And also trademarked Hare Trishna for clothing. So like, so Trish is basically almost mocking Hinduism and then trademarking Hare Trishna to make money from it. But then when they got called out, they said that profits would go towards charities. And it's just like, that's like the biggest excuse YouTubers make. It's like, oh, this is all going to go to charity. Like right after the fact, like after they get called out, they're like, charity, I promise. It's like when Corinna Kopf got called out for glamorizing mental disorders with the anxiety hoodie. She got called out and then she was like, all profits are going to go to, no, percentage of the profits are going to go to like mental health charities. And it was just like after the fact. If it had happened from the get-go, interesting. But because it's happening after you're getting called out, you know? Then we have a situation about Moses's cats. So people are wondering where Moses's cats went. So he used to run this kind of like organization almost where he was trying to help foster kittens and then kind of move them to a forever home. Why am I just shaking my hands like that? Move them to a forever home. And there were a few cats, and Trish has on multiple occasions said that they don't like cats and that that's like a deal breaker, like having pets is a deal breaker. And there are multiple occasions also there's been like insinuations that Trish doesn't like the fact that another creature is being given more attention than Trish. Like, it's not even a human being, it's a cat, but like Trish doesn't enjoy the fact that Moses really like pays a lot of attention to these cats. Like, he posts on Instagram about the cats and posts on social media about the cats, and Trish like had mentioned this a few times in passing in videos, and it's interesting that right after that the cats just disappear. And people are saying, like, did Trish make Moses get rid of the cats because they were jealous of Moses and how much attention he paid to the cats? Like, that's really sad if that's true. Then we have the wedding, which is where things just take a turn for the worse. Okay, so Trish had their wedding, and we don't really know when the wedding was going to happen until some influencers had started posting about being at the wedding on Instagram. I think Gigi Gorgeous was one of the first people to mention it. And obviously we see Trisha's dress, we see the venue. The venue was at Four Seasons Hotel. People are now talking about how cheap the wedding looked. So I don't have any opinions in this. Look, it's not my wedding, okay, to be commenting, but people are saying that the wedding looked really cheap and that the wedding looked like just like a really affordable hotel rather than Four Seasons with like the carpet and the layout. I think the Winter Wonderland vows ceremony situation looked really beautiful. Like, it had like all the white trees and that whole thing. I think later on, it did look just like a regular hotel. Not my business, not my wedding, not my money spent. Do you know what I mean? I don't really have a say in this. But people are saying that it just looks a little bit cheaper than what they thought it would look like, with the kind of money that Trish allegedly spent on the wedding. They also filmed a video called We're Married, where they did like a little bit of a mukbang situation and talked about the wedding, including things like the fact that Trish said that they wanted anything but white flowers, and then the venue misunderstood and got them just white flowers, which, you know. Moses also talks about this really like weird situation where essentially his shirt didn't fit, and then he couldn't find a substitute shirt, so he was like, I'm just gonna drive somewhere and buy a shirt and come back. But when he got to the car, the valet people told him that Trish told them to not let Moses go anywhere. Maybe because Trish was like afraid that Moses would like make a run for it before everything is made official. Moses then mentions this, everyone goes dead silent, and Trish is just like, oh my god, who would say that about me? I would never do that. And it was just like a really awkward situation. They then mention this in a different video later on that they filmed, where he explains the situation and tries to like make excuses for the valet guy that said this. He's like, maybe he was just confused, you know? And Trish was just like, yeah, why would he say that about me? And it was all just like really sus. It does kind of seem like Trish just didn't want Moses to make a run for it, so they were like, please just keep him in here. Keep him locked up, please. I'm begging. Then Trisha Paytas was allegedly also embarrassed by the fact that when Trish was reading the vows, Trish was being like serious, but people thought it was like a cutesy joke, so people would laugh during her vows, and Trish just basically was like really embarrassed by it, and Moses was like trying to like reassure them that like they were laughing because it was like cute, but Trish thought it was like embarrassing that people were laughing at the vows. They also sung This Is What Dreams Are Made Of from Lizzie McGuire. They did like a little duet, which like I'm glad that Moses is one of those guys that really supports Trish in all their like hobbies and interests. I think it's really nice, it's really sweet, because not a lot of guys would be singing Lizzie McGuire at their wedding. Like, I think it's really cute. I respect it, you know? So that's kind of like the vibe. People are basically just saying that the wedding looked really cheap. There are a few TikToks about it, about like the interior and just like about things that are going on. Not my business. Personally, there's everything out there that you needed to know about Trisha Paytas. Like I said, go on adamandeve.com and use code Angelika for 50% off. Subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.